Hi, my name is Yan Chen, and I'm a member of the language team at DFINITY. In this video, I'm going to show you behind the scenes of how canisters communicate on the internet computer. One major ingredient that enables data exchange across the internet computer is a language-independent description of the canister interfaces, which we call Candid. To understand the detail, let's start with the Hello World example introduced in a previous video in the series. So here, we have built and installed the Hello World canister on the internet computer. And after DFX build the canister, DFX actually generates a Candid description file describing the canister interface of the service. And we can see this file locally here. So this basically lists out the service of this hello canister. It basically has one method called greet, and the input is a text, and the return type is also a text. Then when we use DFX to call the canister, with canister call, we can say hello greet, and then I can say a text like DFINITY, and this needs to be quoted. And then we get back the hello plus DFINITY response. And what's going behind the scene is that DFX call will fetch the Candid description file, knowing that the greet method is expecting a text type. We are converting this text into raw bytes and then send over the network. And then on the receiving end, at the canister side, the canister will decode these raw bytes into the text because the canister knows this is expecting a text type. And then we are sending back the response in the Candid format as well. And if you're curious, you can actually use the output raw option and see what does the raw byte look like. So here it is before decoding the response. This is what the response look like in raw bytes. And because Candid describes the type precisely, so when we make the call via DFX, we can actually the DFX can actually check for the types. For example, if you are sending not a text but a number, then DFX will tell you, oh, because the type doesn't match, so we cannot do this call. Because the Candid description is language independent, we can use the same command to any canister, regardless of whether the canister is written in Motoko or in Rust or any other language that can run on the internet computer. And another popular way of interacting with canisters is via the web interface. Usually, this requires the developer to manually write a front-end interface. But with the help of Candid, you can actually generate a UI based on the canister interface types. For example, if a function is expecting a text, we can generate an input box. If a function expects a variant type, then we can generate a drop-down list. This type-driven approach allows us to generate web UI for all canisters without writing any front-end code. And as an example, let's see what the Hello World UI looks like. So here again, we have installed the Hello World canister on the internet computer. So let's go to the canister installed link here, and then we use the URL with the endpoint Candid plus the canister ID here, which is what is being installed on the internet. And then what's happening behind the scene is that the Bootstrap server will fetch the Candid description file, and based on the description, we are generating UI for this canister. So as we can see earlier, this canister contains only one method, which is a greet, and then because it's expecting a text, so it's generating a text box for you. And then you can type the name here and then make a function call. And then after the wait, we get the same result on the web. And this is not requiring any front-end coding at all. And we also provide a lucky button for debugging. Like if you are tired of coming up with new names, you can just click lucky, and then we can generate a random text for you. And this both core and lucky is all like type driven. If we are expecting a different type, we will generate the value of that type we are expecting. So in summary, Candid provides an interface description language for canisters that enables data exchange in a type-safe and extensible way. To know more about the language, I encourage you to check out our Candid open source repo.